Hello children, let's start our discussion on the questions on mole concept. The first question is 10 ml of gaseous hydrocarbon on combustion gives 40 ml of CO2 and 50 ml of water vapor. The total number of carbon and hydrogen atoms in the hydrocarbon is dash. So this is the question given. So we need to make a balanced equation for the hydrocarbon. So combustion reaction means what? You tell me, what is combustion reaction? Reaction with oxygen, it is called combustion reaction. We will take the hydrocarbon as CXHY, means there are X carbon is there and Y hydrogen is there, which is reacting with O2 to give you what? Carbon dioxide and H2O. Now we need to balance this equation. There are how many carbon atoms are there? X carbon atom in the reactant side. So I multiplied here this with X. So you can understand that the carbon on the both side is now balanced. Similarly, I need to balance the hydrogen also. If you see there, Y hydrogen atom on the reactant side. So I am putting Y by 2. So you can see that Y by 2 into 2, that is nothing but what? Y. So you can clearly understand that the hydrogen on the product side and the reactant side is balanced. Now you see very carefully, oxygen we need to balance. So if you count the number of oxygen atom on the product side, that is nothing but from the carbon dioxide 2x and from the H2O Y by 2 into 1, that is Y by 2. So total how much? 4x plus Y by 2. So I need to put here 4x plus y divided by 4. You may be thinking why I am putting 4x plus y by 4, because if you see 4x plus y by 4, there is already a 2 is there in the oxygen, so I need to multiply that with this. So this will become what? 4x plus y by 2. That means oxygen on the reactant side is 4x plus y by 2 and the product side is also 4x plus y by 2. So this is the balanced equation. Now we need to see what is the given data. In the given data, it is telling that 10 ml of this hydrocarbon undergo combustion and it is giving 40 ml of CO2 and 50 ml of water vapor H2O. This is the data given in the question. Now, as per the Avogadro's hypothesis, you know very well, volume is directly proportional to number of moles for a given temperature and pressure. That means if temperature and pressure are constant, volume is directly proportional to number of moles. So you look at this balanced equation, you can see at this balanced equation what I can write. 1 mole of CXHY is giving how many moles of carbon dioxide? You can see very clearly X mole of carbon dioxide it is giving. Any doubt is there? No. Now, since volume is proportional to number of moles, I am going to take this as 10. Okay. So you see 10 mole of CXHY must also give you how much moles, because volume is proportional to number of moles. This must give you 40 mole of CO2. Now using this relation we can easily solve for X, because just by cross multiplying. Cross multiplying means 1 into 40 which is equal to 10 into X. 10 into X. Or you can understand that X is equal to 40 by 10, or which is equal to 4. Any doubt is there? Any doubt is there? No. So we got the value of X as 4. Now similarly we need to find the value of Y. So I am going to do that in the next page. So you just see 1 mole of CXHY is giving how many moles of H2O? Y by 2. So I am writing that in the next page. You see 1 mole of CXHY is giving how many moles of H2O? Y by 2 mole of H2O. And in the question you see 10 moles, because volume I will take in the terms of number of moles. So 10 mole of CXHY. So what I can write? 10 mole of CXHY is going to give, in the question how much it is given? 50 ml of H2O, right? So I will write it as it is giving 50 mole of H2O. So here also we can simply cross multiply it. You see 1 into 50, which is equal to, and you see here 10 into y by 2. So what I can cancel this 5 and 50 and 10 I can cancel. So y is equal to 5 into 2, that is nothing but 10. So what is the formula? Cx Hy, if I write, x we got it as 4. Now h and y is nothing but 10. So C for H10. So they are asking in the question, what is the total number of carbon and hydrogen? So what is that? 4 plus 10, which is equal to 14. So the answer of this question is what? 14. Understood? I hope this is clear. Shall we go to the next question? So let's see the next question. The mass of methane required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide after complete combustion is dash gram. Very simple question, Anna. So mass of methane, what is the formula of methane? CH4. And it is also undergoing what? Combustion. Combustion means what? Reaction with oxygen. So combustion reaction product is what? Carbon dioxide and water. Now as usual we need to balance it. You see how many carbon atom in the reactant side? 1, and in the product side also already there is what? So carbon atom is already balanced. Now we need to balance hydrogen. So how many hydrogen atom in the reactant side? 4. So I am putting a 2 here. So if you see hydrogen number is 4 on the reactant side and 4 on the product side. So carbon and hydrogen is balanced. Now we need to balance oxygen. So you see how many oxygen on the product side? 2 plus from the water 2. So total 4 oxygen atom are there. So I need to put a 2 here. So carbon is balanced, hydrogen is also balanced, and oxygen is also balanced. So you see this balanced equation has a lot of information to tell us. So if you see there 1 mole, if you see there 1 mole of CH4 is giving 1 mole of what? 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Now what is the weight of 1 mole of CH4? You tell me. Carbon, what is the atomic mass of carbon? 12. Hydrogen, atomic mass is what? 1. Like that, how many hydrogen are there? 4. So total 16 is the molar mass, or what is this? It is the gram, 16 gram. That is the molar mass of CH4. What is molar mass? Molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of substance. Clear? So if you take similarly for CO2, how many carbon atom is there? Just 1. So 1 into 12. Oxygen, how many oxygen are there? 2. Oxygen atomic mass, 16. So 32 you will get. So 32 plus 12 is what? 44 grams. That means the mass of 1 mole of carbon dioxide is what? 44. So let us see from this balanced equation. You can see very clearly that 1 mole of CH4 is giving 1 mole of CO2. So I am just writing that statement here. What is that statement? 1 mole of CH4 gives 1 mole of CO2. And what is the weight of 1 mole of CH4? Just we have find out already, that is 16 gram of CH4 gives 1 mole of CO2 weight. We already have find out, that is how much? 44 gram of CO2. So they are asking 22 gram of CO2 is coming from how much mass? So let us take X gram of CH4 gives 22 gram of CO2. How can we solve this X? Like the usual way, cross multiplying, that is 16 into 22, which is equal to what you can see very clearly. What is that? 44 into X. So if you see it, what is X? X will be 16 into 22 divided by 44. So this will be 2. That is how much? 8. So the answer for this question is what? 8 grams. So 8 grams. So the answer for this question is 8 grams. Clear? Shall we go to the next question? Yes. So the next question you see, consider the following reaction. 3 PbCl2 plus 2 NH4 thrice PO4 is giving Pb3 PO4 twice plus 6 NH4Cl. If 72 moles of lead chloride is mixed with 50 millimoles of ammonium phosphate, then the amount of lead phosphate formed is dash millimole. This is the question asked. So I am just writing this question down. What is the question given? 3 PbCl2 plus 2 NH4 thrice PO4 is giving Pb thrice PO4 twice plus 6 NH4Cl. So this is the given equation. Now let us write what is the given millimoles. What are the given millimoles given? We will write it. So PbCl2, how much millimoles is given? If you see very clearly, it is given that 72 millimoles of PbCl2 is given. And what is the millimoles of ammonium phosphate given? 50. So if you see here, for 3 moles of PbCl2, 2 moles of ammonium phosphate is needed. So here some complex number 72 and 50 is given. So we are unable to identify who is the limiting reagent. So limiting reagent is an important concept we need to know to solve this question. What is limiting reagent means? Limiting reagent is the reagent determines how much amount of unreacted reactants will be there, and it determines how much amount of product will be there. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മളൊരു കടയിൽ സാധനം വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അവിടെ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് മേടിക്കണം, എത്രത്തോളം സാധനം മേടിക്കും, അതെല്ലാം ആരാണ് തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത്? നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിലുള്ള എമൗണ്ട് ഓഫ് ക്യാഷ്. The cash will determine how much amount of substance we are going to purchase. നമ്മുടെ ആ ട്രാക്ക്, നമ്മുടെ our trolley we are going to fill how much. So that all will be decided by that factor. What is that? Limiting reagent. So limiting reagent is the something which is deciding how much amount of product, how much amount of reactant will be there unreacted. All these things will be decided by limiting reagent. It will be completely consumed in the reaction. So there is a very simple shortcut is there to identify that. What is that? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വളരെ ഈസി ആയിട്ടൊരു മെത്തേഡ് ഉണ്ട്. So you can easily find out. You see the given moles, the shortcut to find out. What is I am going to do now? Shortcut to find a limiting reagent. What is that? Given moles. നമ്മുടെ question, what is the given moles given in the question? 72 divided by the stoichiometric coefficient. So 72 divided by 3, it is how much? It is 24. It will come. So here if you see, the given moles is what? 50. And what is the stoichiometric coefficient? 2. So 50 by 2, it is how much? 25. So you can see which is the smaller number. So you can see very clearly 24 is the smaller number, 25 is the larger number. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is this much. PbCl2 is the limiting reagent. Is the limiting reagent. That means PbCl2 is going to determine how much amount of lead phosphate will be formed. And ammonium phosphate means this will be the excess reagent in the given question. I hope it is clear. So you just look at this balanced equation and read with me. You can see very clearly 3 moles of, or 3 because it is given in the millimoles, so I will also use the millimole system. 3 millimoles of PbCl2 is giving how many Pb3O4? 1. Right, so I will write that from the balanced equation. What is that? 3 millimoles of PbCl2 gives 1 millimoles of Pb, what is the formula? Pb3PO4 twice, right? Pb3PO4 twice. Now in the question, what they are given? They are given only 72 millimoles. So therefore, 72 millimoles of PbCl2 gives, let's take X millimoles of Pb3PO4 twice. How to solve X? We have did so many questions. So everything, the same methodology we are following. So that is what? Cross multiplying. That is 3 into X, which is equal to, what is that? 1 into 72, or x is equal to 72 by 3, that is nothing but 24 millimoles. So what is the answer for this question? The answer for this question is 24 millimoles. So this is a very important concept in this part, identifying the limiting reagent, and limiting reagent is something is going to decide how much product is formed, and that will be completely used in the reaction. Clear? I hope that is clear. So let's go to the next question. So the given question, 0.05 centimeter thick coating of silver is deposited on a plate of 0.05 meter square area. The number of silver atoms deposited on the plate are dash into 10 raised to 23. So we need to identify there is a silver coating over a plate surface. There is a surface plate is there, and it has an area of 0.05 meter square and surface of area 0.0 meter square, and it is being coated with a silver having a thickness of 0.05 centimeter. So what is the idea of this question? We need to basically find out how many silver atoms are there on this particular plate. Clear? So let us identify that. So we can easily find out the volume at which the silver has plated, because volume, what is the simple formula? That is surface area into height. Here surface area means the surface area of that particular plate, that is how much, that is given as 0.05 meter square into height means what? The thickness in which, suppose this is the thing, so I have plated this much, so this is the height, means I have plated this much height, so this is the height h, or thickness. So that is, thickness is how much? 0.05 centimeter, so which I will write it as 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter square, and 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, because centimeter I am converting into what I will say into meter, because 1 meter is equal to 10 square centimeter. So I want to convert centimeter into meter by dividing by 100, that is 10 raised to multiplying by 10 raised to minus 2. So you will get what? 5 into 5, 25, 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 2, how much? 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube. Any doubt is there? So if 1 meter is 10 square centimeter, what will be 1 meter cube? That will be 10 raised to 6 centimeter cube. So if I want to convert meter cube into centimeter cube, I need to multiply by 10 raised to 6, or this will become 25 centimeter cube. So the volume of that particular region in which silver coated, it is 25 centimeter cube. I hope this much is clear. Now moving forward, we need to find out how many silver atoms are there in that particular volume. So let's see density equation, you know very well. What is density? Density is equal to mass by volume. So what will be the mass of silver deposited? Mass of silver deposited, we can easily calculate by what? Density into volume. What is the density given in the question? It is given in the question in the bracket. Here it is 7.9 gram per centimeter cube, that is 7.9 gram per centimeter cube, and we have just find out the volume in the centimeter cube. Why? You might be understood why I converted again back into the centimeter cube, because for unit purpose. So that will be, what is that volume? 25 centimeter cube. So I can easily cancel these two. So what is our mass? 7.9 into 25 grams. So we have find out the mass of silver deposited. So we can easily find out the moles of silver deposited, which is equal to given mass. What is the equation for finding that? Given mass by molar mass. What is the given mass? Just now we find out, that is how much? 7.9 into 25 gram divided by, what is the molar mass of silver? That is 108 grams per mole. So this is the, if you cancel it, what is the value you will get? 7.9 into 1025 divided by 108 moles are there? So in the question what they are asking, how many silver atoms are there? So what is that? 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 ആണെന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം. If that is the case, if 7.9 into 25 divided by 108 will be how much? So what I can write? Therefore, number of atoms of silver. That means I need to multiply this particular number with that Avogadro's number. So that is 7.9 into 25 divided by 108 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. And if you solve it, you will get the answer as 11 into 10 raised to 23. So the answer for our question is going to be 11. Okay, if you solve this particular numerical, you will get the answer as 11. So the answer for this question is 11. So what is basically this question? There is a surface is there. We coated with silver. How many number of silver atom is there? So we used some volume equation we used. Then using density we find out how much mass of silver is there. Then we use the normal mole concept equation. So this is 2024 question only. Right? So let's go to the next question. A sample of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate weighed 2.21 grams is ignited to constant weight of 1.152 gram. The composition of the mixture. Composition എന്താണ് അതിനകത്ത് 2.21 എത്ര ഗ്രാംസ് calcium, how much grams of calcium carbonate is there, how much grams of magnesium carbonate. This is the fundamental of composition means, right? So if you take 18 grams of H2O, 2 grams of hydrogen is there, 16 grams of oxygen. Clear? So in the same way, so here if you are given with calcium carbonate, let's take in the sample calcium carbonate is x gram, and what is that magnesium carbonate? What is how much it is given? Y gram. Let's take it is y gram. So total x plus y will be how much? Because it is total magnesium plus calcium carbonate plus magnesium carbonate. The total weight is given 2.21 grams. Okay, so x plus y is 2.21 grams. Now it is saying that this particular compound is ignited. Ignited means we put that into heating. So what will happen? Calcium carbonate, you know very well, when it is heated, this triangle symbol means heating. It will change into calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas. So after heating, what will be left over? That will be the calcium oxide. Similarly, if you heat magnesium carbonate, it will change into magnesium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide again, it's a gas. It will just get escaped out. What will be left over? That is magnesium oxide, and that is the residue. So after heating this magnesium carbonate and calcium carbonate, what is the leftover? Just magnesium oxide, and the calcium oxide will be the leftover. Understood? So that is what it means by the residue. Residue means whatever the leftover things. Okay. So if you just look at this balanced equation, you can understand that 1 mole of calcium carbonate is giving 1 mole of calcium oxide. So you know very well what is the molecular mass of 1 mole weight of calcium carbonate. How can we find out very easily? You only tell me calcium, it is 40, carbon, it is 12, oxygen, it is 16 into 3, how much? 48. So if you add it, this will become 100. That means 1 mole is weight is what? 100 grams of calcium carbonate. If you weight calcium oxide, calcium is 40, oxygen is 16. So 40 plus 16, you will get 56 grams. That means 1 mole of calcium carbonate is giving 1 mole of calcium oxide. 1 mole of calcium oxide weight is 56. So I will get 56 grams. So here you have taken x gram of calcium carbonate, right? You have taken x gram. So it will give how much? So that we can use the cross multiplying method. So that you will easily get it as 56x by 100 grams. This will be the amount of calcium oxide we are going to get. Clear? Just by cross multiplying. You can think, what is this question? Question mark means how much. So that is going to be cross multiplying method. We just find out it as 56x by 100 grams of calcium oxide is going to be formed if you take x grams of calcium carbonate. Understood? Similarly, we need to find out what is the molecular mass of magnesium carbonate. Magnesium carbonate, you tell me magnesium 24, carbon 12, oxygen 16, 16 into 3 is 48. So if you do it 10, 14 and this will be 6 plus 84 it will come. Okay, right, 5 plus 2 is 84 gram. So if you heat 84 grams of magnesium carbonate, you will get magnesium 24, oxygen is how much? 16. So for 24 plus 16 it is how much? 40 grams, means, because if you see here 1 mole of magnesium carbonate is giving 1 mole of magnesium oxide. So 1 mole magnesium carbonate weight is what? 84 grams. So 84 grams is giving 40 grams of magnesium oxide. So in the given question we are taking how much grams of magnesium carbonate? Y. So Y will give how much? So you can easily find out the weight of magnesium oxide that is going to be formed will be 45 Y by 84 grams. Okay, so after heating in the particular mixture, you will be left with calcium oxide and magnesium oxide. This will be the leftover thing, and we just find out what is the weight of calcium oxide will be forming from x gram of calcium carbonate, that is 56x by 100 plus, and what is the weight of magnesium oxide formed? We just find out that is how much? 40y by 84. That will be 40y by 84. And in the question it is given that what is the leftover weight? That is 1.152. That is how much? 1.152. So this is equation number 2. And equation number 1 was what? X plus y is equal to what? X plus y is equal to, we have 2.21 grams. So this was our equation number 1. So this is an algebraic equation. You can substitute for y or x in the equation number 2. And if you solve this equation, particular using algebraic mathematical method, you will get x as 1.187 grams and y as 1.023 grams. So if you see the option which has only the D option, 1.187 grams of calcium carbonate and 1.023 grams of magnesium carbonate. So the answer for this question is option D, D for Delhi. Right? So we have done a lot of mains questions. Let's see another question from advanced level questions. Okay. So very interesting question. A sample 5.6 gram iron is completely dissolved in cold dilute HCl to prepare a 250 ml solution. Titration of 25 ml of this solution requires 12.5 ml of 0.03 molar KMnO4 solution to reach the end point. Number of moles of Fe plus 2 present in 250 ml solution is x into 10 raised to minus 2. Consider complete dissociation of FeCl2. The amount of iron present in the sample is y percentage by weight. Assume KMnO4 reacts only with Fe plus 2 in the solution. Molar mass of iron is given 56 gram per mole. It's a STEM based question, like basically it's a comprehensive type question. You will be given with a paragraph and associated there will be 2 or more sub questions are there. So it was asked in JEE Advanced 2021 paper 2. So let's see this question. It's not that hard question. So you can see that you have given with a sample of iron, okay, which is dissolved, which is reacted with HCl. So the product needs to be what? FeCl2 plus H2. So this is the product of the reaction. So you can, it is given very clearly that this particular solution you have made, after this if you see this solution, this is what? A 250 ml acidic solution of FeCl2. So there is FeCl2 a solution you have. So from this particular 250 ml solution you have taken how much? 25 ml, which is, that's what is given. 25 ml of this particular solution is titrated. 25 ml of this solution titrated with the KMnO4. You have done titrations in the lab, right? So titration means you will take something in the burette and something in the conical flask. So it is identified that how much amount of KMnO4 needed? 12.5 ml of 0.03 molar KMnO4 was required for this given titration. So let's write the simple equation for that titration. So KMnO4, so KMnO4, you know KMnO4, I will simply write it as KMnO4, I can write it as simply MnO4 minus permanganate ion, because we can, because K just an ion which is same repeating in the product side also. It has no much significance of this question. Simply I can write it as MnO4 minus, because that is the permanganate ion. So permanganate ion or the permanganate MnO4 minus is reacting with, it is reacting with our given solution contain FeCl2, right? FeCl2 means iron is in the +2 oxidation state. So MnO4 minus is reacting with Fe +2 in acidic medium. So I will denote it as H+. So you know very well, permanganate, potassium permanganate is an oxidizing, it is an oxidizing agent. So what will happen? Fe +2 get oxidizes into Fe +3, and in acidic medium the oxidation state of permanganate changes to +2. So if you find out the oxidation state of MnO4 manganese in MnO4 minus, let's take the oxidation state of manganese as X, oxygen let it be -2, 4 into -2 which is equal to -1, or you will get X as +7. So in this particular case the oxidation state of manganese is +7, which is changing into +2. So N factor, change in oxidation state per molecule, that is how much? 7 minus 2, because here 7, here 2. So 7 minus 2, what is that? 5. N factor is 5. Similarly, Fe +2 to Fe +3, oxidation state increased from +2 to +3. Increase in oxidation state or change in oxidation state, if you see, +3 minus 2, that is how much? 1. So N factor here it is what? N factor is 1. So according to the law of equivalence, what I can write? The milli equivalence of MnO4 minus reacted must be equal to the milli equivalence of Fe +2, because the equivalence of the reactants and the equivalence of the product must be same for a given reaction. And you know very well, equivalence you can easily find out. What are the different equations of equivalence? That is molarity into N factor into volume, normality into volume, given mass by equivalent, a lot of equations are there. So which equation I need to choose depending on the data given. So in the given question it is given molarity and volume is given. So which equation I will choose? I will choose molarity into N factor into volume in ml, because I have taken in milli equivalence of MnO4 minus, which must be equal to molarity into N factor, N factor into volume in ml for Fe +2, right? So let's substitute the value. What are the values of this thing? KMnO4 value, that is 0.03 molar. What is the N factor of KMnO4? 5. How much volume it is needed? 12.5 ml used. So I will put 12.5 ml, which is equal to molarity of Fe +2 I need to find out. N factor is just 1. We have seen that. What is the volume of Fe +2? I have taken just 25 ml. We titrated. So the volume is how much? 25. So if I solve this for the molarity I am getting, or you can simply solve 3 into 10 raised to -2, 5 into 125 into 10 raised to -1 divided by 25. So this will be 5 times. So 5 into 5, 25 into 3 is how much? 75. This will be 75 into 10 raised to -3 molar. This value will come. Okay, that means the concentration or molarity of Fe +2 solution is how much? 75 into 10 raised to -3 molar. Agreed. So the point you have to understand here, you have prepared some tank solution. Some guest will come. So at that time you will prepare some tank or something, right? So people will taste a little bit from the using a spoon and all. So the taste of the tank in the spoon and also in the bulk, രണ്ടിടത്തും അതിന്റെ taste എന്തായിരിക്കും? Same ആയിരിക്കും. That means concentration is independent of the volume which you have taken. Understanding? So my point I want to tell you is the molarity of the 250 ml solution there, because we have a 250 solution in the beginning. So what I want to say, the molarity of this 250 ml Solution is also will be how much? 75 into 10 raised to, what is the value we got? 10 raised to minus 3 molar will be the value of that. Able to understand? So I will just write that. So what is the conclusion? Molarity of 250 ml Fe plus 2 solution is how much? 75 into, we got it, we calculated it as 75 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar. And you know very well what is molarity? Molarity is equal to moles by volume. Volume in liter, right? Moles by volume in liter. So I can write moles of Fe plus 2 is going to be molarity into volume in liter, right? So what is the molarity we got? That is 75 into 10 raised to minus 3. And what is the volume? 250. So 250 milliliter, I need to convert that into liter by multiplying by 10 raised to minus 3. So on solving this, you will get it as 1.875 into 10 raised to minus 2 moles. You will get it. You will get this value like that. So 1.875 into 10 raised to minus 2 moles of Fe plus 2 are there. So if you look at the question, in the number of moles of Fe plus 2 in 250 ml. So x into 10 raised to minus 2. So we just find out x as how much? We find x as 1.875 moles. So answer for x is what? 1.875, right? So I already show you the second part of this question. What is that? The value of Y. What is the Y? It is given the amount of iron present in the sample. Y percentage by weight. So this is a sample. If you look at there, it is given that 5.6 grams of sample. Sample no chanda. Suppose you went to a shop and you purchased 10 kg of rice. 10 kg rice vanchu. And when you came and reached when you checked at the home, you find that there is only 9 kg of rice and 1 kg stone. That means this is a sample. It is not a purely rice. It is what sample means. This sample of rice contain not just rice. In addition to rice, it may contain some impurity also. So what does it mean? Out of this 5.6 gram, it is not completely iron. So they are asking what is the percentage of iron in that sample. So we just got how much moles of iron? We got the moles of iron as 1.875. We got the moles of Fe plus 2 or Fe if you write, because Fe plus 2 is nothing but the number of moles of Fe only, because Fe plus 2 is being produced from Fe only. So moles of Fe is also how much? 1.875 into 10 raised to minus 2 moles are. And you know very well what is the moles. Moles is nothing but given mass by molar mass, which is equal to 1.875 into 10 raised to minus 2. Or I can write the mass of Fe, which will be equal to moles 1.875 into 10 raised to minus 2 into molar mass into, because this will go here. What is the molar mass of iron given? 56 gram per mole. So 56 gram per mole. Here gram is there. Sorry, this is mole, and this is gram per mole. I can cancel mole and mole. So what is the mass of iron present? 1.875 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 56 grams of iron is there. So we need to find out the percentage by weight. Percentage by weight out of 5.6 how much? So here what is the percentage of rice? Out of 10, how much rice? 9. So 9 by 10, 90%, right? So out of 5.6, how much weight is there now? 1.875 into 56 into 10 raised to minus 2, percentage ayadonde 100. So idu cancel ayipoi. So you can just multiply this with 10. So what will be the answer? 18.75%. So the answer for Y is what? The Y is 18.75. So clear? So in this discussion series, we have discussed a lot of questions from the mains and one question from the advanced. So you might have understand that this mole concept part is very important for the JEE as well as for the NEET and even for the KEAM also. So do practice more questions. Practice only will give you more idea. The last advanced questions are really interesting. You need to know, you need to solve more number of questions based on equivalence, because what is the advantage of equivalence? You don't need to really balance the equation and you can use the n factor for solving the questions. So I hope you liked this video. So keep liking and keep commenting and share with your friends, and do wonderful job in the upcoming mains exam. All the best for you guys, and I will come with another PYQ set